Okay, we're going to look at some of the simple editing tools within Audacity. So first off, if you just go up and record a couple of small recordings, just short recordings, press stop, and a second one here. So when you have recorded those and you press the play button, you'll notice that the two of them play at the same time. Now obviously that sounds pretty terrible. Now the reason that you've got the opportunity to record more than one track is so that you can have, for example, a backing track, maybe some music running at the same time as the vocal track. But if you don't want those two tracks to be running at the same time, there's a number of different things you can do. The first and the most simple option is just to start making a recording and then press the pause button, and that will stop the recording, and then you can start it again and it just stays on the same track. The second option is to press this button before you make the second recording, which means that the second recording then starts at the point where the first recording stopped. The third option is to use this button here and move the second recording over to where the first recording finishes. Then if you press play, you'll notice that the two recordings happen, so one happens after the other. If you want to mix the two, so if you want to have them all in the same recording as they are, then you can go first press the shift key and highlight the two recordings, and then go up to project and you'll see this option here, quick mix, and that will combine the two recordings there. Another useful tool, useful tools are the silence tools here. So if you decide that you want to silence a section of the recording that you've made, just need to highlight that section and then come up here. If you choose this option, it will silence everything outside of the part that you've highlighted. If you choose this section, it'll silence the section that you've highlighted. So this time it's silencing everything outside of that recording, or this time it's silencing that section in there. Another option is to use these scissors, which means you can actually cut that section out altogether. And you can see the two parts have now joined up and you've cut that section from your recording. Another useful tool is this tool up here, which allows you to change the sound, how loud or soft the sound is. So if you choose this tool, you can move the different sounds and you can make it go louder or softer at different sections. So if you play that back now, the sections that get a little quieter will start to reduce and then get louder again here, and so on. So you can have a play around with that tool and see the effects of the increased loudness or the increased softness. Another couple of useful options you'll find up here, if you go into the project file, you have the opportunity there to import audio. So if you want to put an audio track behind your podcast, your spoken podcast, then you can go in and import your own audio. So if you've got something saved in iTunes, for example, you can go in there, or you can go into My Music and find sample music in there. Finally, another one that's interesting to play with is the effects up here. So if you highlight a section of your recording and go into effects, then you can change the pitch, you can change the speed, change the tempo, and it's fun just to play with that and see what you can do with all of those different options. So you can change your voice quite significantly with those. So have a play. There's lots of other buttons here that you can play with and see what you can do.